the unity and the redemption of the African world.
Salute the honorable Marcus.
We were not ready to listen then.
They might not have been ready then.
I wonder whether we are ready.
Ain't no doubt about it.
To listen.
You ready, baby?
Now.
Let's go. Yeah.
Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black kiss to the sky, with the side to side, kiss the
Flag fly high. Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
all the G's on the rise, all eyes are recognized.
Flag fly high.
Hold it high, let it fly. Rebel colors forever, Tommy would never die. And my night is throne ready, let's take a ride. That walk this means don't choose a side. This is the bad for the warriors. Selling chapel, getting steel, vainglorious. Black power represents us. You either rolling with Africa or against us.
Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black kiss to the sky, with the side to side, kiss the
Flag fly high. Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
RBG's on the rise, all eyes are recognized.
Flag fly high.
The red is for the blood. I got the best stock, the rest got shoes. The black is for the gods, melanated and elevated, holding the main charge. The green is for the cradle. Africa, everything first, the earth's navel. This excellency, put it together as a symbol of liberation. That's how we get the letters RBG.
Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black kiss to the sky, with the side to side, kiss the
Flag fly high. Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
RBG's on the rise, all eyes are recognized.
Flag fly high.
The climb out is 99. People army of no time. I was drab on my design. We won't ready. Hard line. Ain't no game for that red flame. Trip stage to that black bang. Revolution in my veins. If we free, I won't change. Make you can count on that like an advocate. Celebrate the victories and the challenges. This even the social media statuses. This lifestyle, elevation, building practices. Yeah.
Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black kiss to the sky, with the side to side, kiss the
Flag fly high. Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
RBG's on the rise, all eyes are recognized.
Flag fly high.
That red, black, green, RBG, I'm about that red, black, green, that RBG, I'm about that red, that black, that green, RBG, I'm about that red, black, green, that RBG, baby, RBG, baby.
Fly high, a flag fly high, a flag fly high.
Shout out to all my RBGs worldwide. Doing this thing garbage style. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Flag fly high, a flag fly high.
Come on.
All right, all right. Hotep family, this is your brother, your RBG brother, Guy Nollywood Jr., coming to you with another exclusive, powerful program. Um, I'm waiting on my brother Bakari so he can join the panel. Um, and of course, as you can see it, you look at the topic. Today's topic is Neverlutionary Clowns switching from RBG to ADOS. And that's will be the topic. That will be the topic. But before I get into my topic, I want to address some things um, that I felt was a little disturbing. And I'm not going to mention this person's name because I believe this person's I know this person's a good person. But I went on this individual uh, platform, and I've where that you have black women bashing black men, and we have to learn to take accountability. We have to learn responsibility. And when I won't never, when I talk about relationships, and I know between African people, between the African man and woman, I want to bring solutions, right? I want to bring healing. I want to bring inspiration. This is what this show, this is what I'm about. I'm not about drama. I'm not about, spewing venom or whatever. Everybody know that, you have some African, you got some black women are very hotel make him hotel. So you have some sisters, you got some black women are no good, and you got some black men are no good. They share the equal playing field, but not all black men are bad, and not all black women are bad. So let's talk about the good sisters. Let's talk about the good brothers, and let's concentrate on that. But I do not want to be on somebody's platform and that's all I'm hearing is a bunch of black women bashing brothers. Now I could never have a setup, have a program, and I have a bunch of brothers, and that's all they do is bashing sisters. That would look bad on me, and I have to be responsible for that. It's all about taking responsibility and taking accountability. So I've engaged twice. This is the second time this happened. KW Don 7, what's good? What's good, Hotep? So I engaged into this individual platform twice. And it was very disturbing. And it was me, and it was a couple of other brothers that was complaining, say, look, this is not healthy. This is a male bashing program, and we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear black women complain about black men and all that. So and my thing is like this: if you're the host of that program, and if you're allowing this to happen, I have to question your loyalty. I have to question you. I have to question you if you allow this to go on. You allowing sisters to bash brothers, or you allowing brothers to bash sisters. I have to question your loyalty to African people. I have to question you. and that's not healthy. Peace, Brother Bakari.
Peace, God Nollywood Jr.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, bro.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm just talking about right now. I'm just talking about accountability and being responsible and and having accountability. So I was telling our experience when we was on this individuals. I'm not gonna mention no names. But we was in this individual's panel or even in the chat, and you heard a lot of sisters putting brothers down, and it was a lot of black men bashing. And I just wanted to share a little bit of that before I go on my topic. So I was just saying that if I would have done that, then well, I wouldn't. Number one, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't allow, knowing that the person I am, I wouldn't allow a bunch of brothers talking bad about sisters. I'm not doing that. That's not going to go down on my show. But I should not have to go on somebody else's show, especially if that individual told me to come on and want me to be on that panel. But that's all I'm hearing. And my thing is like this: if you see complaints in your chat, sometimes as a host, you got to be like, you know what? There's some complaints. Let's cut the bashing, and let's get into the healing. Let's get into solutions. And I remember you had said that you wasn't getting into and you came on. You said, look, I'm not into the gender wars. I'm about solutions. Hey, Reliable, how you doing? Hotel. So, I was just saying that I'm about solutions. I'm about solutions. So I'm just gonna before I go on my time, I'm just gonna say this. That will be the last time that when it comes out to that topic, for that program, to that topic, I'm not going to engage in that anymore. If it's not going to be positive, it's not going to talk about solutions, not going to talk about healing, then I will not engage in that madness no more. I'm not doing that. So that'll be the last time I'll be engaging into that topic, or dealing with relationships, what they call relationships. I'm not doing that no more, because what I have heard. Peace, Queen Erica. How you doing, sister? Hotel. So I would not be, and I know Erica, she had witnessed that too. How there was a lot of black men bashing. I will not engage in that. I did it twice. I'm not doing it no more. If there's other things they talk about, I will engage in that. But when it comes down to that, dealing with relationships and hearing a bunch of sisters bashing brothers, and knowing that, like when we went on the first time, you had this one sister, she sounded like a robot. Well, you have black men that just don't care. They don't take care of their kids. And I mean, it's like she was reading off a fucking script. You know what I mean? And it's like, all these brothers was like, no, I don't know. Maybe it's your environment. Maybe you need to get out your fucking environment. You know what I mean? And yes, if you live in a impoverished or if you're in a ghetto where that's all you see, yeah, I can agree on that. But maybe you need to get out of your environment. And that's what me and you were saying. But it was just on and on and on. And the host did not say, hey, enough is enough. That's it. Let's stop that. I'm not having that no more. And we should, and as a host, and like I said, I have to question the host. I have to question the host. You can't just allow this, and you see complaints. You will never find that on this platform. I'm about healing and solutions. So to that individual, I will no longer engage into that foolishness, especially if you're not going to prevent that nonsense. If you, because I notice when it comes down to black women, and this is just an opinion. I'm not saying all sisters, but I'm just saying what I've seen. I don't see enough sisters checking other sisters and saying, "Yo, cut that shit out." Because I have no problem telling my brothers, "Hey, we're not having that. We're not having that." You know what I'm saying? Don't you? I will kick you off my panel. We're not having that bullshit. Not here. Not on my show. We're about healing. So let's talk. Let's concentrate on the good black women and the good black man, and let's unite. Let's unite and let's start healing and let's bring solutions. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I agree, and we should have. I wish more. I agree. Oh, reliable. I agree with you. I agree. Thriller should stay amongst themselves. Yeah, I agree. And just like Brother Bakari said in the live, he said, yo, if you're gonna go to that side because you believe the ice is colder, the grass is greener, then that man, that white man or red man, yellow man, then they should protect you. And that's how I agree. Then once you go on that side, then you can't talk about black people no more. This is the reason why I do not like Candace Owens when she talk about black people's issues and black people's problems. You married to a white man. You're not you have no authority over our situation. You joined the white side. So talk about white people's problems and issues. Don't talk about our problems and such issues. Yes, it was definitely a mess, and I'm not joining that no more. And that individual that I'm talking about, she's cool peoples, and I love her, but she gotta construct. She can't have that. I'm not engaging that no more. I'm not doing that. And I know Brother Bakari is not going to go in that no more because we're not about that. We're not about that. So that'll be the last time I'm engaging that topic because I know what's going to be about. So that'll be the last time. So with that said, let's jump into the real topic. I'm glad my brother Bakari joined the panel. And again, today's topic is NEVERLUTIONARY clowns switching from RBG to ADOS. So, Brother Bakari, what do you think about that topic? What are you expecting when you hear that?
What, people are switching to ADOS?
No, from RBG to ADOS.
RBG didn't say cut the check. They act like they already have a check. Plus, like I said, man, most of these people on YouTube and Facebook, most of these people just phony anyway, looking at a way to try and hustle somebody. That's what they never would. That's not what they believed in anyway. They believe in this. They believe in saying, let's fight black people from other places. Because that's all American descendants of slavery, not of slaves, of slavery means.
That's right. You should matter of fact, put that in the chat. Could you type that in the chat?
What's that?
What you just said, what ADOS mean? I want people so I can put it on here. Put it in big letters for me.
Yeah, all right. I surely will.
Yeah, put that in big letters so I can blow that up. Because I don't think people know what ADOS really means.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show, I talked about Chief X, right? And Chief X was an RBG. And that's how me and him connected, right? So, I told you about the experience that I had where, you know, I ordered some herbal pills, what's it, moringa, and I didn't get it until like a month and a half, and people were complaining to me saying that, hey man, I didn't get mine in months, and I didn't get mine in months. There you go. American Descendants of Slavery. So they are part of a European-made institution. Okay, not a land, not a continent, but a institution that was basically made to destroy us. And this is what they want to be connected to. So back to Chief X, he was Mr. Pro-Black, you know, the Pan-African colors, because this is our colors, you know, Brother Bakar. This is what I read to the day I die, right? I want this, even when I'm buried, I want my flag, you know, wrapped around me. You know what I mean? So next minute, this was not too long ago. This was maybe 5 or 6 years ago, Brother Bakar. 5 or 6 years ago, he was RBG. Now I'm going to show you pictures, and I'm going to show you videos, and I'm going to talk about Yvette Carnell, and I'm going to show you a video that you have showed, but I'm going to talk about when she said the RBG is not our flag, right? So then next thing you know it, he cut his hair, he had dreads. Next thing you know it, he's representing ADO. He ADO's all the way. Now his whole mind, so he got rid of the Marcus Garvey's teachings to Yvette Carnell's teaching. Now he's following her. He's following her now, Brother Bakari. So now all of a sudden he's starting talking different. He's talking out his ass now. You know? So I'm going to show you, I'm going to screen share some things. I'm going to screen share for the audience. And I hope Chief X see this video because I invited him on my show. I'm thinking he's still RBG. I forgot about he was ADOS. I invited him on my show, and this knucklehead. Now, by the way, Chief X is from LA. I'm in New York. He's in LA. Okay, and I don't know if he's around Crenshaw or whatever. I don't know where he's at. I don't know, but he's an LA cat, right? And he's always listened to his little gangster hip hop or whatever does he listen to. He's a weed head. He sell marijuana on top of that. So he's a weed head, right? So, because that's his new business now, selling marijuana. So I invited the brother on my show, and only thing he's talking about, oh well, I see that you support Umar Johnson. I said, well, I don't support Umar Johnson because I never sent him money. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, he said, well, you play his videos, so that's like you're supporting him. I said, well, because some of the things that he says, I agree with. There's some things that you say I agree with, and there's some things that you say I don't agree with. But that don't mean I can't, that I can't fuck with you because there's some things I don't agree with. That don't make no sense. I'm about brotherhood and sisterhood. So, Oh, he said, okay, reliable. So I'm from upstate New York. Where upstate? Buffalo? Where upstate? Buffalo or Rochester? Where? So that turned me off, Brother Bakari. That shit turned me off. What's your experience with Chief X? Do you have any experience with that dude?
No, I don't have no experience with Chief X. I have experience with people in that American Descendants of Slavery.
Right.
But I have more experience of Chief X I never tried to reach out to him because there were certain things that I noticed about him a long time ago.
Mm,
Actually, let me see. I don't think I ever tried to reach out to anyone in the conscious community. Actually, I think I said something to Aunt once or twice, but I said when I see him, if I see him out at the Malcolm X Marcus Garvey Festival, I'll say something to him then. But like reaching out, befriending them on Facebook, because I noticed these people once they get a little known on YouTube, they really don't want to. They really don't want to deal with nobody. So I have not had any interaction with him. You know, I just wanted to
mm,
say a few things about that damn Adolf's American Descendants of Slavery.
mm.
You
Right,
know, and
right.
that is what he chose. He went
Mm-hmm.
from talking about Africa, hating Africans, because the American Descendants of Slavery who listened to Yvette Carnell. And if anybody don't know who Yvette Carnell, just look at her. She looked extremely drunk at all times.
I'm gonna
And
play the video. I'm gonna play the video. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna show all that. I'm gonna show all that. And see, I didn't know. I thought he was cool because I saw his debate with Brother Polite, and now he's linking up with a Don King, you know, a hustler, Sonetta, and he's taking pictures. So I said, oh, so you cool with him, and I don't really fuck with Sonetta like that. Oh well, you know, me and him, we do business, and he's not a hustler and all this other stuff. Not like some other people, they're scammers or whatever. I said, this motherfucker bootleg other people's work, and he don't even give them a percentage. So yes, he's a hustler, and that's not right. You don't bootleg people's work and get and when you make money off of it, you don't give them a percentage of the hard work they have done. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right. You know, that's not business to me. So, but this is who he aligned himself to. So I'm just going to screen share this cat, and I'm gonna let not only you be the judge, but I'm gonna let the audience be the judge. And I hope he sees this video. And if he has a problem with me, if Chief X has a problem with me, come on my live and we'll duke it out. That's no problem. That's no problem. He ain't all that good as for debating me. So let's do it this way. Because he likes to talk about other people. He likes to talk about Sabir Bey. I know Sabir Bey is another phony cat. But he likes to talk about Umar Johnson. But he don't want to talk about his flaws. So I'm going to be the first cat that talk about his fucking flaws. And just because somebody's from LA don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. Pac is not from LA. So you can listen to, so I tell Chief X, you can listen to Tupac all he wants. He's New York. That's the reason why he's in your face. We the only cats. We be in your face. We be in your face. We not laid back like some dudes are. We not laid back. You know, so if you look at Pac, Onyx, DMX, they got that energy. Like we in your face. Wu-Tang, we in your face. And you see that in Pac, all Pac's videos. But he just have love for LA. I have love for Cali. I have no problem with Cali. You got some real dudes from Cali. But you got some fake dudes over there too, just like you got some fake dudes in New York too. So let's screen share this real quick. Let's look at Chief X. Just give me 1 second. And then I'm gonna play you the video. So let's look at Chief X. Now this is Chief X. And as you can see, let me try if I can blow this up a little bit. You see he got that Black Power fist on the African pendant. He got the RBG colors, right? Oh, let me do it this way. Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. So you can see a better shot. So this is Chief X. He's all Mr. Pro Black. You got the continent of Africa pendant. He even got the Pan-African cap on. He got his dreads. And he's all Mr. Africa, right? Mr. Power of the People type of dude. So let's move on. This is him again. He got the Pan-African flag or the towel. I think it's the bandanas, and he got the RBG. Now he's all RBG up, right? Because when I met him, he was all about Marcus Garvey, this and that, this and that. And I'm just going about my experience with this dude, right? Recently, I would say around 2017 to 2017 and 18, then all of a sudden, this clown, NEVERLUTIONARY clown, decided to be an ADOS. All of a sudden, he cut his dreads, and he got this stupid ass hat called West African American. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a West African American is. Okay, he grew up. Okay. Urban, okay. That's what's up. Ah, same gender. Yeah. Yeah, I think Chief X is for. Yeah, I think he's about that. I think he's about that. But now, yeah, he's ADOS now, Brother Bakari. He even made a damn shirt out of it, looking like a straight bozo. Like I said, he got a hat called a West African American. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. So I'm gonna play you a video, and then I'm gonna show you the tweets that Yvette Carnell has said. So let's go. Let's play the video. Let me get out of here. Let me play this video real quick. Where does clown ass do that, yo? There we go. Give me 1 second. Let me share screen this. Now the name of his video is "You're a Turncoat if you're not supporting ADOS." Now this is his claim. Let me see if I can blow this up. This is what this bozo claiming now. Now he sold out. He's sold out, and I'm going to prove.
Yeah. Chief X.
Okay, I'm gonna prove how this bozo has sold out. Now listen to this stupid ass clown says. Listen to him.
God best reincarnated. I just wanted to come on and represent ADOS, right? And let you know something. But check out my hat first. Bam! West African American. Ain't that tight? West African is my heritage. I'm an African.
Now, Brother Bakari, do you know what a West African American is? What is a West African American?
Chief X, I guess. I ain't never heard of that. Chief X.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let. All right. I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna go into the living room right now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play. Let me let this play real quick. And listen to what this clown says.
African American or Black American. So look, I represent ADOS, American descendants of slavery. Right? Everyone is not a descendant of the institution of slavery. They're just not. No shade. We love all our brothers and sisters. We do. But for this specific claim, there's one group of people. And that people are in those cotton fields picking cotton. Was there no European immigrants, no Irish immigrants, no Russian immigrants, no Jamaican immigrants, no Nigerian immigrants within those cotton fields with my ancestors picking? There wasn't. No Russian immigrants, no Irish immigrants, no Nigerian immigrants, no Jamaican immigrants was in the peonage system. In red line. Those was my ancestors. And they deserve payback in some forms of reparations, some set aside, right? To close the wealth gap. It ain't always about a check. Sometimes, most of the times, it's about benefits that you get for our children. So I came on to say this. If you're not representing ADOS in the advocacy movement, you're not part of the modern day civil rights movement. In this time, if there was a civil rights movement, it's ADOS and advocating for that benefit of.
So I'm gonna stop you right there. So, Brother Bakari, what is your response on that? Brother Bakari, you there? Okay. Okay, he must have stepped away. Yeah, so as you can see, he's plainly saying that he's down with ADOS now, right? Which is descendants, which is the American descendants. Okay. What is your response?
Oh, when they say the American descendant of slavery, and even he said, see, he's a descendant of the institution. So right here, I'm going to give you one of the definitions of slavery because I looked it up. I'm going to read it. The practice or system of owning slaves. That's slavery. So actually, they are descendants of the people that sell the people that built the ships, sell the ships, owned slaves, straw balls, and overseer. See, they are not just descendants of black people anymore. They are descendants of the whole institution. Just like the one guy who ADOS sent out the tweet said, I read it once on here. He said, as ADOS, we are descendants of slaves and slave masters. And this is 2020. So what he say, and that means we are family. So in 2020, it's time for the master to accept their slaves as family. They are descendants of the institution. That West African bullshit on his hat is just some West African bullshit on his hat.
West African American. West African American.
Yeah, the West African American bullshit on his hat is just West African American bullshit on his hat. He said those were his ancestors in the cotton field, the rice field, tobacco fields, all that. Not an immigrant from Jamaica. Now I'm gonna use Jamaica. I'm gonna start with Jamaica. Won't you I tell people, study the transcontinental slave trade here in the Americas. So they will see how less slaves were brought to this country than to South America or the islands. So when you sit there and you shit on black people from Jamaica, who's possibly your cousin, because they brought so many slaves when they couldn't go back to Africa and the islands were smaller, they were bringing people from Jamaica and Trinidad and all those islands over here to this wretched country that is called America, 3 Ks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you wish it, those were not Nigerian immigrants. You're right, they were not Nigerian immigrants because the slave ship went back and got Nigerians and enslaved them and brought them here. So you're right, there weren't Nigerian immigrants. There weren't Jamaican immigrants. There weren't Trinidadian immigrants. There were not immigrants from South America. There were people that were enslaved that came from the same part of that continent called Africa. And can't nobody make me dislike them and shoot out xenophobic attacks toward them. You understand?
Yep.
Nobody. And that's what this, and just like K.W. Don said, I question any man who will follow a same gender loving. Swear.
He met KW7 made a couple of other points, good points. Go ahead,
But
go ahead, brother.
like I said, and I've been telling people, she's a dyke. She looked drunk. I think she's mixed.
She is. I can prove that.
She creates all of the hate, and it's okay for them to follow that hate toward other black people. And it's amazing. KW Don said controversy bring views. That is something else she complained about. How her viewership was going down. So you know what she did? She just did a show the next day talking about black people from Africa, and she went from 10,000 views to 35 views.
Wow.
35,000. That's all it takes. So for people, like I said, I never tried to connect with anyone from the conscious community. If I say they didn't introduce me to certain books that I've read, I would be lying. But trying to connect with any of them, that was never on my agenda because I always saw through the bullshit that they were doing. Even Chief X, because all he did was get mad and insult Sarnetta and Polite and everybody until Sarnetta let him come on the show and they did a 2-hour debate against Polite about some goddamn milk. Should we drink milk or not? Animal milk.
Yeah.
Cow's milk. A fucking 2-hour debate about milk. Because all he want to do is be known. And I don't, like I said, I never tried to reach out to him. If I said I ain't never heard none of his stuff, I would be lying. If I said he ain't never said nothing good, I would be lying. But that's the surface. And I can see past the surface. And I don't know, you say he said he guess he got a marijuana dispensary, but a marijuana dispensary, you need at least $1 million in assets. I don't know what this man has. I don't know what he has. But it ain't many people that's in that conscious community that can go get a marijuana dispensary because of the amount of money that you need. And that's just facts. Because if they could, they wouldn't be hustling their moringa and all that other stuff to people in a so-called conscious community. And then they mad with this one because he can hustle better.
You're right.
Polite is this, polite is that, polite a better hustler. That's all it is. So, but yeah, I think, like I said, that West African American on it is just, that West African American hat is just bullshit. Ain't nothing but bullshit. That bullshit West African American ain't nothing but bullshit saying West African American. ADOS, American descendants of slavery, they are descendants of the whole institution. They are descendants, they are proud to say they are descendants of the slave owner, the overseer, and the straw boss. So I don't deal with them like that. So it's a good thing that you called out people like that. But yes, Erica, 2 hours about milk. Should you drink cow's milk? It literally went 2 hours.
That's true, Erica. That's so true.
And you're right, KW Don. I did hear Yvette Carnell say both of her parents is black, right? I did hear that, right? But I've also seen somewhere where she tweeted out and said one of her parents is white Jew.
I'm gonna prove that. Yeah.
And her mother is black.
Yep. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it.
Regardless, she looked drunk as hell at all times. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I want to read what KW7 said. Read this. This was interesting. He said Chief X tried to falsely claim that Amos I'm hope I'm pronouncing it. Amos Wilson was a homosexual in defense of Yvette Carnell, a swirling lesbian. Wow. Wow. He also said Jamaicans were chopping sugarcane for free. That's true. They had slavery, and they, while our people was over here picking that cotton, like Chief X said, but you had black people over there, which is our people, had also chopping down, was in slavery, chopping down sugarcane. That's facts. That's facts. So let's go back. And let's see what Yvette Carnell said, because once you join with ADOS, this no longer exists. You can't have this. So I'm going to screen share what you was talking about, Brother Bakari, about let me screen this. Let me screen share this real quick. Let me do this right now. Okay. So everybody can see a look at this idiot. And then what I'm going to do is, so let's look at what Yvette Carnell said in her tweet. Because once you decide you ADOS, that you no longer represent the RBG, you reject a solid brother, a solid black man like the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Jr. And all of a sudden you're gonna discard him for a mulatto lesbian who represent the American flag. So this is what she said. This is her tweet. She said, by telling me that American flag isn't my symbol, you're telling me that this isn't my country. That's a lie. And I refuse to be what did she say? Perpetual outsider in the country, not just of my own birth, but of my ancestors as well. And she said ADOS lineage matters, right? So, and then she put this up. Let me see, put this up. And that was one of when she put this up, she added this on there. She's seeing these young black males rocking these American flags, right? And so this is what Chief X is about. He turned over this for the American flag. Okay? Now he's super ADOS. Now I'm going to screen share Yvette Carnell and her exact words about the red, black, and green. And this is something that you showed, Brother Bakar. I remember you had put this up there, but I just want to show that part where she said that the flag wasn't the red, black, and green isn't her flag. So let me show that real quick. Let's see, where is that? Do I have it here? I know I did. Oh, here we go. Yes.
Me out.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna.
Hey man, just play it. Don't show her. She be striking people shit.
Off.
Oh.
This pisses me off.
Okay. You sure
Yeah,
about that?
I'm telling you, there's been a lot of people. She be getting mad. You show her stuff. Coming at her. Just play it.
Okay, I'll do
Oh, you
that.
want to give it a try? Go ahead. But I'm just saying, there's been some people.
Okay, you know what? I'll just show it. Oh yeah, you know what? I'll just play it. I'll play it because she's not that serious. But I wanted to let people how she looked. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Well, just show the picture of her, and then
Okay.
take it down and let it play. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah. Well, people just look her up. Just put her name in, and you'd see her like. But I'm gonna. All right. So I'm gonna play her what she said. I'm not gonna show the video. When you showed it, did she do that to you?
Nope. That's why I said go ahead and take a note, because we don't mess with her all the time. So go ahead. She didn't. You're right.
So let me.
But
So I'm gonna play. Because I'm new to this. So let me. I'm gonna show it. Fuck it. You know me. I don't care. I'll screen share this shit. Fuck her. Because I'm not gonna be playing her video like that. So here we go. Here's what she said. You know, because okay. So I'm going to play the part when she's. Let me go back a little bit. So let people know who she is. Okay. There we go. That's her right there. All right. So here she is. I'm going to play it.
Of 400 years ago. I think we have to understand that there are some bells that can't be unrung. And Beyonce is trying to unring them, and you don't know enough to know that you can't unring that bell. How dare you? Honestly, I'm so like, you know what made me do this show? This pissed me off. This pissed me off. How dare you put this American flag with this red, black, and green stuff? Red, black, and green ain't never showed up for me. Red, black, and green ain't never showed up for me or you. We still living here. We still paving the way for the freedom struggle. That's not my flag.
You heard what she said?
And who gave you permission to do that? Who told you to go do that, Beyonce? Who told you that was a good idea? That was creative genius. That's not my flag. That's not your flag either, Beyonce.
You heard what she said? And don't that sound like somebody that we know, Brother Bakari? Red, black, and green didn't do nothing for her.
Yep, I'm gonna tell you something. She did desecrate Marcus Garvey flag because His Excellency did not create the red, black, and green to look like the damn United States flag.
Right, but that's true. You're right. But that flag, but she's talking about the red, black. She's mentioning the red, black, and green.
I know she's talking about the color. Yeah, sound like somebody we know.
Right. So that's what I was trying to point out. Now that flag, you're right. That's not our flag. That's you know, because our you know, the Pan-African colors or
my avatar is the flag. If people see my avatar,
yes,
that's the flag.
Right, that's the flag. Your avatar is the flag. Yes. So you know, for them to put the colors on the American flag design, take the design of the American flag and just fill up with red, black, and green. That's not our flag. But she also said the red, black, and green. You know, she was like this red, black, and green stuff. You know, I'm gonna play it one more time, and then we're gonna go back on her tweet. Hey, what's up, Omega Courtney? How you doing, sister? So let's play this again.
Hear you, honestly. I'm so like, you know what made me do this show? This pissed me off. This pissed me off. How dare you put this American flag with this red, black, and green stuff? Red, black, and green ain't never showed up for me. Red, black, and green ain't never showed up for me or you. We still living here.
And she kept saying that she said that she didn't talk about the flag because this is not of course this is not our flag. But she kept saying red, black, and green, red, black, and green, right? That's the colors that we rock, right? That's the symbol of Mother Africa. Now, this is a mixed woman. Now, of course, it doesn't red, black, and green doesn't represent you, because she has a white daddy.
We still paving the way for the freedom struggle. That's not my flag. And who gave you permission to do that? Who told you to go do that, Beyonce? Who told you that was a good idea? That was creative genius. That's not my flag. That's not your flag either, Beyonce. And I'm tired of this nonsense. This is ridiculous. This is fantastical. This is the thing you make comic books out of. This idea, this fantastical idea that I'm lost if I'm not anchored in the motherland. If I'm not anchored in Africa, I'm somehow lost unto myself. Do you know how many stories we have yet to tell about each other as ADOS? Do you know how many stories we have, people we have yet to highlight? Do you know how many books we've read even here when we talk about people? And everybody says, oh my goodness, I never even knew that person existed. Oh my goodness, I never heard this story before. I want you to imagine something. Imagine a different world for me right here, right now. I want you to just imagine a different world for me. Imagine if this whole Beyonce video, instead of Black is King, which is stupid because Black is a white supremacist concoction and creation. Imagine if it said ADOS is king and the whole video was about us.
Now I'm going to just end that right there, right? So basically, she's against the red, black, and green. She says things like, "Hey, a hotel person, kid, 21, how you doing?"
You know what, man?
Go ahead.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, right? There's a whole lot of stuff I let people get away with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to talking about the motherland, and then you just intentionally take a crap on what Marcus Garvey has done, what is one of Marcus Garvey's greatest quotes? A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. She don't want the roots. The drunk dyke heifer, I don't like her. And matter of fact, it's not even always the ADOS people. Chief Exton pulls some bush. It's mostly her, the drunk lesbian in mushmouth tone. And they come with all these damn xenophobic attacks against every Black person that's believing Pan-Africanism. And I don't care what nobody say. They can say they're Black American as long as they damn wanna. America mean white. And you came to this bastard, to this wretched country, fucking enslaved. How in the hell did you get grandfathered into being a goddamn citizen, and then you want to shit on all other Black folks? You mad, according to her, she's mad with the Igbo because the Igbo enslaved her. But she did a whole video. We ain't mad with white folks, just move out the way. You mad with the people you claim sold you. But you ain't mad with the people that bought you. And the people that follow her don't see what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
If there were, let's say hypothetically, my crew over here enslaving other motherfuckers, right? I'm taking y'all and selling y'all. If there ain't no market, I can't sell you, right? But you ain't mad with the people that bought you. They come with the W.E.B. Du Bois sometime, and they come with the Frederick Douglass, because they don't want to leave here like Frederick Douglass because they believe white folks civilized us. That's what Frederick Douglass said when asked why they didn't want to go back.
Wow.
White people civilized us. And now you listen to her, but it's all self-hate. It's all an agenda. She's getting paid. Now, see, they like to call people agents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why they ain't said nothing about her? It's been proven. Person Kid 21 in the chat, he know for a fact. It's been proven that this stanky heifer was on was a board member on one of them damn white nationalist groups, on one of, well, as they say, white supremacy, on a white supremacist group. She was a board member.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Person Kid 21 in the chat. If I'm lying, hit number 1. Yes, it's been proven. That's who our people choose to follow. Her solution is give us reparations. Y'all help us. Then she sat and did a whole show. And this who that dummy, the scammer, Chief X want to follow. She said it's been proven we can't do nothing by ourselves. We need white people to do it for us.
Wow.
It's been proven. Person Kid 21 with that too. If he's still in the chat, he know I'm telling the truth about everything I just said. You know who else you can leave? Because I can't even remember the name of the group. I saw the little video and I looked it up. Look up Haven Bullets. Matter of fact, I'll see if I can find it now. And I'll just send it to you. Then you can see if you can play it.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Wow. But it's just it's really pathetic where you got black folks like Chief X just jumping on a bandwagon like that. And it's like you said, he sold out. Like you sold out. Like he made videos constantly about these people, you know, about Sarnetta. And now because you was on a show, now you got thousands and thousands of subscribers. And all of a sudden now you think you the shit. And all of a sudden now you're not Pan-African no more. Now you ADOS. Now you're not RBG no more. Now you ADOS now. So who is Yvette Carnell? So I know you mentioned that she was mixed, and she said she was mixed. So let's screen share that. So black folks decide they're going to reject Marcus Garvey, all brother, who was married twice with 2 strong black women, 2 strong-minded black women. So you're going to reject him and his teachings for a mulatto who love America. And now all of a sudden he cut his, people like Chief X, he cut his dreads. All of a sudden now he looks like a nerd now. You know, he looks like a little old ass college boy with the big ADO, looking like a straight bozo. Like I said, Chief X don't want it with me. He don't want it with me. I was nice to that brother more than once. And then this is a slap in the face. Because now they understand why he didn't want to be on my panel, because he saw my channel. So he had to think of something. Oh, well, he likes Umar Johnson, so let me get out of it by saying I can't fuck with you because you like Umar Johnson. Not because I rock the RBG, or because, because to him I support Umar Johnson. And Umar Johnson's Pan-African too. So let's screen share.
Hey, before you go, let me say this. Look, my grandkids just came over. I'm gonna be listening. I got to step outside with them for a second.
Go ahead.
But I'm gonna be listening to the show.
Okay, go ahead. Do what you gotta do. So, so let's screen share with Yvette Carnell, where she's from, right? So let's screen share this real quick. So this is Yvette Carnell, and she talks about her family. She said, and my family is a mixed family in a whole bunch of ways. So she's she's all mixed up, right? According to her, she's more than a mulatto. Well, basically, she's saying, she said, meaning my parents are mixed race couple. So my dad is a white Jewish man, and she's also said, and my mom is a black woman from Toledo, Ohio. You know, it's so funny about these mulattoes. They always talking about, when they talk about their white side, they always got to throw in the word Jewish in there. Like, that makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. Well, he was a white man, but he's considered a good white man because he's Jewish, which is bullshit. You know, I think that's another slap in the right. And she didn't, her mother is just black, a black woman. You know, she's black. But what she didn't say, well, my mother is a black woman and a Christian, or my mother is a black woman and she's a Muslim, or if my mother is a black woman, she's Jewish. You know, so but it don't show you where this white man came from, but it'll show you where her mother came from, or it was in Ohio, and she brags about this. But this is what people like Chief X, this is what he supports. This is what he want to align himself with, and people like him. And then they want to play like, they still power the people, they still pro-black, they still, and no, you're not my people. You're not my people. When you are joined with that, you're not my people. This is a you slap in the face. So I believe Brother Bakar when he says he get on this, when she said, what he said something about that we can't live without white folks, and this is what she said. She want reparations, but then she wants to. And my thing is, she should not be getting reparations. She's mixed. You can't be getting reparations if you're mixed. I don't think that's fair. Let's see. Back on that is a board progressive of immigration reform, a white nationalist think tank. Wow. That's true. I believe it. She's a plant. But you got a lot of black folks now are turning in their RBG colors to align themselves with the American flag. This is what they're doing now. They align themselves with it's definitely super BS, Erica. And this is what they're doing now. And when I look at this picture, which I'm gonna screen share it again, but this is, let me screen share this again. Because I want people to take a look at this, because it's definitely a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face. Now remind you, this is 2017. This is 2000, so this is new. This happened a couple of years ago. Chief X made a whole new turnaround. This is a whole new turnaround where he's decided to say, you know what? Damn my people from in Africa, damn my people from the Caribbean or whatever. I'm gonna align myself with a mulatto. But 6 years ago, he was all about this, which I prove. So look, this is American flags are a symbol. This is what black people align themselves with. And let me show this bozo again. This clown ass dude. You know what I'm saying? Straight bozo. You know, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Oh yeah, she's definitely a half small hat. Yeah. And you know, like Brother Bakari, she said, like she looks drunk. She's ugly. She's a lesbo. But this is who he wants to follow. So you don't want to follow, and this shows you the weakness of our people. Now this dude is weak. This dude is a lame, weak dude. When you don't even want to line yourself with strong, powerful people and continue their teachings, but you want to just because you're weak, because you're looking for a quick payment. That's what you're looking for, a quick payment, so you can go off and marry outside your race and live like white folks. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Now all of a sudden you pro-American now. But before he was all, and this is, and before he was all Mr. Pro, he was all power to the people and RBG'd up. And this is an old photo. This is a 5 or 6 year old photo. And look, he had his dreads. He had the RBG hat on. He had it in this one. He went from this to this. Just think about that. Just think about that. So when we have to be consistent. I just feel like we have to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Brother Carl, you there?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I've been listening.
Okay. So yeah, it just shows you the inconsistency of our people. Now what this clown, because I'm gonna leave his picture up there because he looked like a straight fool. But it just shows you a weak person. You know, you're gonna follow a woman who don't even like men and don't even look like you. That's the mindset of these Negroes. They gonna follow somebody that don't look like you, number one, who come from the enemy, whether he's a Christian, Jewish, Muslim, it doesn't matter. And then they're gonna tell you what you should be into. And like you said, she had degraded the Pan-African flag. She has said, oh, you know, this red, black, and green stuff. What has it done for me? We heard that crap before because it helped me. Let me tell you something. This red, black, and green done wonders for me. And only lazy people talk like that. Only lazy people talk like that. Go ahead, Brother Bakar. You got anything to say?
And you know what? You'll find them ADOs, FBA, whatever. That's Tariq Nasheed bullshit, a shoot off of ADOs, right?
Oh, he's another asshole.
You would find them calling people coons, right? But they never call their leaders coon. I know that word coon is used too much, too loosely, but when it fit, they need to lace it up. When that shoe fit, lace it up. Wyvette Cornell, Tone Talks, it fits them. It fits them. Now I'm gonna say this because I know people have heard me call her a dyke or stanky heifer. I'm gonna say it like this, right? I don't hate homosexual people. That's for me to hate her. I hate the homosexual agenda, and as long as she's leading something and out there lying, she's pushing that agenda on them, and they are willing to accept it because she said something about a check. That goes to show the mindset of our people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it shows, the mindset of our people. See there, KW Don put it up there. She on the board of a progressive immigration reform of a white man. Didn't I tell you that?
Yep, you sure did.
Yes,
Sure
she
did.
is. But our folks will follow her because she say check, check, check. We gonna get a check. We gonna get a check. We gonna make white folks give us a check. She leading y'all down the wrong road, and people like him is following, and gonna have his people following him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Maybe if he get them damn reparation, he can sell a lot of moringa. He might be, he might be able to send it to his people on time.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of people ordering, you got to wait 5 months to get their stuff.
Mm-hmm. He's a bad businessman. Very, very terrible.
And you're absolutely listen to KW Don, what he put, boy, KW Don on it.
Yeah.
AMOS and FBA is the leadership that Marcus Garvey warned us about. He is absolutely, because Marcus Garvey, one of his greatest quotes, any leadership that would teach you to depend on another race is a leadership that will enslave you.
Powerful.
Any
Powerful.
leadership that would teach you to depend on another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Peace, Omega, how you doing? I didn't even notice you. How you doing? So, you know, I wanted to say that to let people know that it ain't about me hating homosexuals. I did have to take a dig at her because she have been digging at every leader ever. She taken a crap on Malcolm X, on Marcus Garvey, Kwame Ture, anybody, because they ain't from this country.
Mm-hmm.
They already said they're not pro-black, they are pro-American. When she showed her DNA test, and when the dude Tone Talk showed his DNA test, what he was, I forget. So to let you know, I got some white in me. So now, what's race? You don't marry somebody just because they black. You marry American. It doesn't make a difference as long as they're American. So who's an American? American mean white.
That's right.
So who's American? What constitutes an American?
That's right.
We the only people that will ignore our heritage. See, white people don't have to say their heritage. You can tell by their name, their heritage, and they know that, right?
Yep.
Chinese people, all them, they're gonna be Chinese and Asian forever. But we don't want to be what we are. We want to be American because we want to be under, as the one tweet said, and I'm gonna say it again. They want to be under their masters. What he said? What did that 80 say? Hashtag 80s, hashtag love. We are descendants of slave and slave masters, and we are family. And this is 2020, so it's time for this. What do you say? So it's time for our masters to accept us as family. That's what the hell they want. People they see as master, they want to be accepted as family by their masters. But something wrong with me and you, according to them, when we don't have that mindset. I'm American. I'm American. You ain't no goddamn American. What I asked the question again. How did you become American? You got grandfathered in. You're not an American. You're not a citizen. Black people don't want to admit it. We are legal residents. We are legal residents of this country. We are not citizens. Name another citizen that get treated like us. You ever seen a so-called Chinese American treated like this? East Indian, Arab, the Mexican, the Hispanic, any of them? You ever seen the white folks treated the way black people treated? And everybody else got the right to vote forever. Anybody else right to vote gonna come up every 25 years? They got the right to take it from you. You ain't no goddamn American. You're a fucking wannabe, pardon my French, on your panel. You want to be up under these people so bad, you're willing to take this treatment so you can scream, I'm American. I'm American. No, you are not. I don't know what y'all. I'm African. I don't know what ADOS is. Girl, that should be our identity. How in the hell is ADOS in a? So when somebody asks me what I am, my identity should be I'm an American descendant of slavery. How the hell is that an identity?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't done nothing but got a movement on YouTube, hashtag, and people like him. That's what I call them the hashtag people. They are very, very, very insulting with all of their xenophobic attacks. I even had a couple I'm telling you, man, see, and I try not to hate some of my people, right? But I had a couple of them tell me, my grandson, his mother is Haitian. I had some of them tell me that I shouldn't deal with my grandson or his mother because they Haitian and they coming here to try to steal from us. I'll hit that motherfucker in the mouth. My wife, she liked to talk about when she was living her Trinidadian lineage. I'm gonna tell you something else about ADOS. Other people they don't like and take a crap on. Ask some of them about the Gullah Geechee. Watch how bad they talk about them. The Gullah Geechee got a nation. I said, why won't y'all join that nation? That ain't shit. Oh, long as they ain't, if you ain't American and under white, if you black and ain't American, you ain't worth a damn to them. So people like him, this guy, then he want to say he the God best. No, dude, you got to think of your God from this country. You ain't no God best reincarnated, because God best reincarnated would never take a dump on the African people, because that's what he was. And he was a God of West African, and he was God over in East, because they noticed, they recognized him everywhere, because as the civilizations and the cultures they traveled, they come with a lot of xenophobic attacks. And you know, I don't even like to talk about my people, like I don't even like to talk about people like this on YouTube, but these people make you do it because of the stupid stuff that they say, and they will say that stupid stuff to your face like it makes sense. Don't deal with my grandson or his mama, because his mama here trying to take from ADOS because she's Haitian. Because she's Haitian. What the hell? I told you. Ask any of them about the Gullah Geechee. Ask him. Watch what he'll say. They ain't ADOS. They Gullah Geechee. But they got their own nation, and they got representation in the United Nations. But instead of trying to be a part of that, instead of trying to figure out what can we do and we all work together, they ain't got nothing. So what do you have? Y'all so much better. What the hell do y'all have? I can talk about these sorry bastards for about 10 hours straight, man. What do they have? Oh, we better than other black people. How? This is the stuff that come out of their mouth. Other black people want to be just like us. That's the stuff that come out of their mouth. But they are following their leader, him, because he have said some stuff too, taking craps on people. But him and all the rest of them, they are following the drunk Yvette, the drunk lesbian Yvette, and Mushmouth Tone. And they just parakeet whatever they say like it's facts. It has become their religion. So man, I yield the mic.
Man, you spoke facts on a lot of stuff that you everything you said, you spoke facts. And I want to add on that because you know when you these so-called native, black native, aboriginal, whatever they want to call themselves, ADOS. And again, I always ask them one question, one simple question. Name one ancestor that they said they were aboriginal, that they said they were native Indians, or they're the real native Indians. I mean, you heard all this different stuff. You know, the ADOS. Name me one ancestor said that they was these things. But the ancestors that we know of, they say they came from the continent of Africa. And to me, these are traitors. People like Chief X, he's a traitor. And he's a goofball. He's a goofball. And yeah, I don't like talk about my people too, but some people, they need to get checked. They need an ass whooping. Now, this is not about no hate. This is self-love. Now, I want to say this. Now, I don't have nothing against. Now, there's some homosexuals that are victims of molestation. I spoke to them. Those are the ones that want psychological help. And I have spoken to those homosexuals that said, look, I don't want to be like this. I never wanted to be like this. Because I got molested, this is the reason why I'm like this. And those are the ones that I have a heart for. And these are our people that need psychological help. These people want to change. Those not the ones that say, well, I was born like this. Those are the people who claim they were born like this, born like that. Those are the people who have an agenda, like Yvette Carnell. You know, so you have these, like I said, this ADOS is really a plot from the government. They're plots. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was coming into the consciousness, there was a lot of black people talking about Mother Africa and they want to go back. A lot of people were going there. Now, Chief X, he just came from Ghana. He went to Ghana, but he's over there bashing Umar Johnson. Oh, you know who Umar Johnson is? And some of them some of them say yes, or you know, he's over there bad mouthing other black instead of just enjoying the culture and just basically embracing the culture and learning some things. You over there bashing another black man. Like, dude, what is wrong with you? And he's recording this. You know, something's terribly wrong. This is sickening. And like I said, none of these ADOS dudes never have done nothing. They are new. So if you're new, because you claim that you're new people, what have you done? But Pan-Africans, we have a long history of doing things. We have a long history of doing things. And you think Pan-Africans only stopped because of slavery? No. Pan-Africans go, you don't think when West Africans had went over here and built the pyramids in Mexico, you don't think they were considered Pan-Africans? Pan-Africans go way back. Pan-Africans go way back. So anytime you see a pyramid, they were considered Pan-Africans. The pyramids in Mexico, those are Pan-Africans that did that. But once they go to Africa, once they go back to Africa, they're no longer Pan-African. They be considered African. That's how it works. Pan means abroad. That's all it is. But this ADOS crap, and then now all of a sudden he's West African American. He's an American now. He represents the flag now. You turned in your African pendant, your Pan-African flag, and now you're ADOS now. I have no respect for this dude. This dude is a scumbag. Now, if Chief X see this video, and if he wants to address me, we can have a conversation. I don't have no problem with that. Because this is tough love. This is not a hate thing. This is tough love. And tough love, you deserve your ass whipped. That's all. He's a disgrace. And you got a lot of people that turned in, they just reject Marcus Garvey. How do you do that? How do you do that? That got to be really hard for you to do that. You got to be a sick person. And for you to be an American, if you so much of American, yeah, maybe, you know, my thing is like this. But Chief X got to remember, he has a slave name. You was born with a slave name. So yes, if you want to associate yourself being a slave with an American, but that's all you are. You will never have the same rights and privileges as white folks. You will never have that. This is the reason why they're going to keep us in condition over and over. And we're going to keep fighting and keep fighting. It was like Cool Cutter said, was very important, Brother Bakari. He said it was already in place. It was already in place. Abraham Lincoln, and I'm going to keep drilling this into black people's head that Abraham Lincoln said that is always going to be in a superior race and an inferior race. And as long as that we're here in this country, we are going to be an inferior race. And he said that as a white man, that he was happy of being part of the superior race. This is Abraham Lincoln. He also said that if he had a choice of just freeing the Union or taking care of the Union and not free the slaves, he would do that too. He didn't care about black folks. He didn't care about us. He said he disagreed of having black people to be judges and lawyers. He disagreed with all that. So this was already in place, and black people feels like, oh, we in America now, and we should be part of that. And you still going to be treated. You still going to be complaining. Ain't nothing going to change. It doesn't matter what president becomes in office. You still going to be in the same boat. You're still going to be in the same boat. You know, it's sad. But this is what's happening now. A lot of treason is going around. A lot of this treason is going around. You know, so I just had to. I just really had to just, you know, show the people that about this, about, you know, why would you want to join somebody, number one, who don't like men, a woman who don't like men, who bash black men, who don't support Africa, and then try to assimilate themselves like they're black. She's not black. That's the funny thing about it. So what do you mean you want reparation? Bitch, you're not black. You come from a white rich daddy. You know, and that's another thing. I don't like and I'm sorry, I don't like Yvette Carnell. I don't like Zaza Ali. I don't like none of these people that trying to replace my women. I don't like that. These mulattoes are really trying to take the power that we have, and then we're black, and all of a sudden they want to think they're better than the African woman. Talking about the real melanated African woman, and they want to speak for black people. You're supposed to be in the back seat. You don't speak for me. You're mulatto. You don't speak for me. But you got jackasses like this, like Chief X, going to follow. He's sold out. This man's a straight coon. ADOS is nothing but an agent organization. Government-made bullshit. And you got stupid-ass idiots like that following that. I rest my mic. Anything you want to say, brother?
They are trying to say, see, this is what you got to understand with the American descendants of stupidity, right? They had better slave owners than the other black people. That's why they are superior. All you gotta do is listen to them talk. They just want to see.
Mm-hmm.
They must have had great slave owners, because I ain't never seen nobody treated so bad and still want to be under those people who treat them that way, and then turn around and complain about the treatment.
That's right.
If that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Might not make sense. But let me read something for you right quick, right?
Go ahead.
I got this from a good brother of mine. Let me put my glasses on. Now, I read it the other day. Now, I'm going to read this to you. And I want you to listen to this. Okay, this is the Mr. Chang interview. I read it the other day, so I'm gonna read it again. But it's truly pertained to ADOS. Asian interviewer, can you address their concerns, Mr. Chang? Mr. Chang, talking about black people. Mr. Chang, the concerns of black people, yes, I can. The fact is that we all live under a system of white supremacy. We Asian people look back at our long history of conflict with the European. We observe their strategies and develop our own in response and in kind. There is no need for loud mass movement on our part because we intend to overtake them in time through action in personal sacrifice. Interviewer and the black man, Mr. Chang, he does not count into our situation. He is simply here. We do not hate the black man. We just love the Asian man most. Real love, not cliche. We want to see Asian man happy, so we employ him. We eat together. We spend time with each other. We want his kids to be educated, so we invest in our own schools that offer our children the technical abilities to change the world's power structure in our favor. We want to see all Asian men safe, so we purchase and organize our own communities, which is a fact, and I can touch on that. We want him to remain Asian, so we reduce the outside influence of others' ideologies and cultures. While he fought to sniff behind the white man, talking about black, the black man has had, talking about black people, listen to what he said about ADOS. Well, now he didn't say ADOS, but this is what I think about ADOS. So this is why I'm saying, look what he said about ADOS. While he fought to sniff behind the white man, the black man has had the opportunity and every right in the world to do the same, but he chooses to indict people like me for not hiring him over my own brothers. For me to do this would be foolish, and that would not be Asian love. In contrast, the black man will fight for the right to be up under everyone else other than other black people who he should feel the most love for. If our indifference to their situation make us racist, then what would you call the black man indifference to his own situation? And that is ADOS to a T, because that's what they're teaching. As long as you're under them, because I'm going to tell you the number one question they like to ask you now when if you talk, listen to somebody in the conscious community and you start talking, say you pro black, oh, you anti-white. That's a question they ask you. If you, oh, are you anti-white? Like if you say you anti-white, you can't be on the channel.
Wow.
All of them. Him. All of them. But like they would rather be under everybody except their own. That's why they don't say they're black, they're American. Or we black American. No, they are American first. They are black last.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I'm gonna keep going because I want to share something real quick. I forgot to add on, but go ahead. Keep going. Keep talking. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying.
I forgot to put one more thing up. I forgot to do that.
That's them. And that's what's happening to us, people, and our people starting to follow somebody like that because they say, cut the check, cut the check, cut the check. How close are they to getting a check? Ask them that. How close are you to that check? Are you days, weeks, months? How long? But they don't want to talk about that. Because, see, they don't want to look in the mirror and say they can do something themselves. As long as they got leaders like Mushmouth in the drunk, Mushmouth Town in the drunk Yvette, they don't care. Because they don't want to hold no responsibility. That's another thing about they accept no responsibility. All the responsibility for them to do better is for their masters to make it better for them because they can't make it better. We don't have no money. You ain't got no money. Y'all just gave Popeyes $24 million in 1 week. You know, why you keep talking about
That's
Popeye?
right.
You said you ain't got no money. You gave him $24 million in a week. How the hell you ain't got no goddamn money?
Mm-hmm.
Your money. But you know, but people trying to live. Man, either you ain't got no money or y'all just trying to live. Which one is it? This the conversations I have with them. If we put something together, they gonna do this. Oh my God. I say, you know what? Ado just need to die. If y'all just die, then the people who want to build for themselves can move forward. But y'all bastards anyway, just die off.
That's right. I said
Because
that.
I can sit there and I can listen to a black woman sometime, and I can understand the fear coming from a black woman talking about, especially a single mother, talking about her son and talking about she's afraid of what's gonna happen. Not only can I understand it, I can accept that coming from a woman. But when I sit here and listen to grown fucking men talk about how scared they are of another man on goddamn TV, crying because of how white people are treating you. This goddamn men, black men from this damn country, white men have made these motherfuckers cry on TV.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Treated. Do I accept that? No. Don't even understand it. And when we go to war, them gonna be the first ones I go after. Because those are the ones in our way holding us back. I'm telling you right now, Chief X will not throw a rock. He ain't gonna throw a rock at his master. Not a pebble. None of them. Because they're trying to figure out a way to be comfortable in their oppression. They're not trying to figure out a way. That's what we are American. And they're proud. And they are proud. They are so proud. They keep talking about vote Democrat or Republican. You're choosing your slave master. Claim you're an American, you done chose a slave master. What's the hell the difference? Huh?
Yeah. I want to share this real quick. Let me share this real quick because this is something that let me add on what you have said. And watch this. And I think I showed you this before, but I'm going to show the people.
Hey, man, go down and play that last one there and put up that thing that KW Don just said.
Okay, hold on. This one?
Put it up on the screen. And I want you to understand what he's talking about. Do you know who he's talking about?
How are you using the term liberation, but you are anti-African just like the pimp who peddles Aegon? No.
That's the drunk lesbian Yvette. Oh, our libations tonight. We pouring libations. See, a lot of people don't understand, but they do where they come from. And that's the coon, that's the pimp, the hustler, Tariq, who's anti-African, but he's selling old goon juice. Oh, if you get the old goon juice.
Oh, goon juice. Yeah. Goon, yeah, okay. I know what you know. Right, okay.
Have you ever been with your homies when you were younger and you get ready to drink, pour some out for the homies?
Yeah, I know.
We don't understand the stuff we do is genetically coded in our DNA. That come from our ancestors pouring libations. You saw my video when I went to the damn African, when the Pan-African, not the festival, but when I was sitting in there and the chief of the tribe was speaking and all these different people from all these different African countries in South America was up in there. I had to find it again. It's on my channel somewhere, but that's what they did. This what we do. He said we pour out libations to our dead. And I'm sitting there and he looked at me. You remember the African guy that we did the interview with on my show?
Right. I remember.
Yeah, remember the thing I told you he invited me to?
Yes. I remember. Yeah.
So he was sitting next to me when he said, and we pour out some to our dead. And he looked at me and touched my shoulder. He said, isn't that what the Black American do? When you get ready to drink, you pour something to your dead homie.
Wow.
You didn't know. He said you don't know where it come from. That's in you. You are our people. That's what they do.
I didn't even know that.
He was walking in. He said, "This is what we do." So he come in. He say, "Before you come, you take your best libations. You pour it at your doorstep. Pour a couple cups, shots at your doorstep before you walk in, because you share some outside with your friend who ain't here no more. But if you outside, you just pour a couple cups, a couple shots on the ground with your homie. That's in us. We do the same thing. We do the same things, but they are anti-African. But she gonna pour out libations, and then you got the pimp that gonna peddle Ogun juice. AK Don, you know he got the whole Ogun package too. If you buy that whole Ogun package, white supremacy can't touch you because they got the Ogun spirit. But he hate Africa.
Oh shoot. Wow. But you know what? So it's sickening to me when people say, well, what is your connection to Africa? What do you mean my connection to Africa? Everything I do is African. Everything I do, dancing, braiding hair, or whatever. Who does that? Oh, because when me and Alquan, that dude, the faceless elephant man, Alquan, he asked me that dumbass question. Well, what is your connection to Africa? I said, everything that I do, I am African. I am Africa. Look at how they do the break dance. That's African. And you compare it to the dancing in Africa. A lot of times that black people do so, they don't even know how they do it. They just think it's just something made up. No, that's the DNA that's working with you. That's the reason why every time we listen to hip hop, and I'm talking about real hip hop, I'm not talking about this. They call this crap they call today. I don't know what the hell it is. But every time when you listen to Jungle Brothers, when you listen to KRS One, that's the first thing that you hear is the beat. You be like boom, to-doom, to-doom, and you shake your head. But that's what we do. That's the first thing you hear is the drum. That's what you dance to. You don't care about the music or care about the singing or the rapping. You just care about the music, the drum. That drum will move you. You know what I'm saying? So let me let me see. Let me read what this person says. Okay. This is sharing this country also have made life unfair, subject to human, have led to widespread psychological suffering. The third was physically suffering as well. Okay. All right. So let me share. So I'll share screen this, Brother Bakari. You've seen it. I think you've seen this before. I think I showed you. And what you're seeing, let me blow this up. Let me see if I can blow this up. Let me see if I can blow this up. Oh, shoot. Oh, let me go back. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can blow this up. All right. Now, this is what I wrote in 2017. Now, he's already Chief X is already ADOS at this point. So I wrote this in October 26, and it's supposed to be something funny. But this was a lot of truth to it though. And as you can see, you see Bart Simpson. You probably seen when every time the intro comes on, you see Bart Simpson always writing something stupid on the blackboard. So one of the things he wrote on the blackboard is that if it's not about black people, I don't care. And you and our brother Bakar, we always talk about R1, which is race first, right? So I put down here, I said, this is how I feel. I'm just me. I said, this is how I feel. African progress and development matter. That's what I wrote. Now, this is what this idiot, Bozo, Chief X, has said. That's Chief X. His name is Varane Xavier, right? So he said, I don't think this is good thinking, but I guess he put the T. Yeah, but it means, but I hear you, bro. This is what he responded. So I put, I said, wow, right? But he said, I don't think this is good thinking. So, Brother McCall, what are your thoughts on that? When he said, I don't think this is good thinking, when saying that, anything, if it's not black, I don't care. Or if I had said something about, I want African progress and development matters. He said, this is, according to him, that's not good thinking. Because ADOS, we don't believe in that. We believe in joining forces with the enemy.
Because you have not, you have forgotten about your master. You have forgotten about your master. That's all the problem is. You forgot about him. And you're not supposed to do that. That's what I think. I'm telling you. Because they want to be under everybody, regardless of how they're treated. I told you who that Asian man was talking about when I read that stuff. Bro, I just sent you that one video I was talking about at the African Culture Festival. And you can see him walking with his damn liquor in his hand. Hey, but they don't want you to, you can't skip your master, bro. Them your masters, and you trying to leave them out. You got the best masters. You got the best masters, guy. You didn't know that? They make you American.
Oh, shoot. Now, you just sent me something. What is that you sent me? You sent me something.
That's the African Culture Festival that I was talking about, and you can see the guy walking.
You want me to play it, or you just want me to?
No, I just wanted you to see it, or you want to play it and show and let them see what I'm talking about, and you can see him. I don't have the whole thing right there. They're just parts of it.
Okay.
If you want to play it, you can play it.
All right. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can. Sure. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna have to put it on the screen.
We want to thank the ancestors of this country.
Hold on. Let me. I don't know if I can. Yeah. Okay. I'll check it out.
And then
because I can't put it on the screen.
Yeah. Then when you listen, right? When you listen to it, you're gonna hear him. You're gonna hear them paying homage to black people in this country for paving the way for some of them to come in. This is called the African Cultural Festival. Man, I met people from Ethiopia. I met somebody from Egypt. I met Ghana, Nigeria, from all over the continent. People from Brazil, people from down Puerto Rico, people from Colombia. Here, letting you know they Afro-Latino and we together. Then you had some black people from the United States in there, of course. It was the African Culture Festival.
Well, I'm looking at what first name, last name. He said the Industrial Revolution is a consequences have been a disaster for the human race. They have greatly increased the life expectancy. Okay, well, has nothing to do with this topic. So this is something. This is
with this topic. Oh, I don't need to keep reading. It ain't got nothing he wrote got to do with this topic.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. Yeah, that has nothing to do with this topic. This has something else.
Whatever it is, they have nothing to do with this topic.
Yeah. So first name and last name. You're aware that what you're saying has nothing to do with what I'm presenting. Just let you know.
I'm gonna keep listening. I got to sit down with my grandkids again, man.
Okay, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Because I'm about to close out anyway.
Okay, can I get my closing statement?
Go ahead. Say what yes. Make your conclusion and give a closing statement.
Brother Guy Nollywood Jr., I appreciate you for inviting me to your panel. It was a good show as usual. Everybody in the chat, I thank y'all for joining and listening. Glad y'all like us good enough to come through. I appreciate y'all. Brother Guy, thank you for inviting me again on this damn ADOS topic, because they get me a little heated, right? They really get me a little heated from some of the things that I've heard. When that stanky heifer sitting there on CNN and told that white guy, I'm closer to you than I am to this Nigerian, because you're American like me. Yes. all on TV. And you know what everybody in NATO said? She's right.
Wow.
We American. So, to that point, right? To that point, you know, I'm not thinking about them. I have nothing to do with the organization because of the leaders. Do they say anything? Have they ever said something I agree with? Yes, I wouldn't be lying. I would be lying if I said they have never said anything that I agree with, because they have said some things that I agree with. But as long as they follow those crazy, divisive, xenophobic leaders, it'll never go nowhere. And that's just a fact. So look, but it is some, like I told them, some of y'all need to sit down and have a conversation with Pan Africa, because y'all don't think like her. And I know some that don't think like them, but they say they understand the movement. But you can't be with the movement and not be with the leaders of the movement. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that being said, if y'all haven't heard of me, my name is Brother Bakari. My channel is Brother Bakari. Go subscribe. Go listen to some of my content. If you like some of my content, subscribe to the channel. Share the channel with your friends. And you know what? I'm going to be out of here, Brother Guy Nollywood Jr. I'll be hitting you in a minute. And once again, I thank y'all. One love.
All right, peace, my brother. Thanks for joining. So, definitely, I'm gonna end this, but just let you know that this is the type of rhetoric that's now. There's a lot of self-hate and a lot of joining with forces with people that already been in place. That you're always going to be inferior. You're always going to be second class. You always going to. It's already. It's on record. And now you think being with Adolf is going to bring some unity between whites and blacks, and that's never going to happen. It's just sad that there's no consistency when it comes down to our race, and we're so quick to sell out because we're thinking about that check that probably we won't never get. You already seen what Joe Biden have said. You already seen what when reparation came about. You already saw what you already heard with, like I said, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. You already heard what they said when reparation came out. They will not. They're not give it to you. Even Trump, he's not going to give it to you because it's already been in place. And we have to face the fact we are residents in this country called North America. Oh, I'm sorry, United States. The United States. We are residents in this country called United States. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. There's a reason why you always got to get permission. Anything that you need and want, you always going to have permission. You're always going to have permission. So now you're allowing people who don't like you to come in your business. They have no problem saying the N-word in your face. You're allowing this. These ADOS, to me, is the worst. And they have done nothing, and they will never do anything. So I'm not an ADOS. I'm always going to be red, black, and green for life. I'm always going to be that. This is my flag. This is my flag. Fuck the American flag. So that's how I get down. And like I said, if you ain't down with the red, black, and green, then you might as well just, you need to, like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say on that. You ain't my people. That's how I look at it. You ain't my people. If you ain't down for the black man, black woman, and child, you ain't down with the teachers of Marcus Garvey, you ain't down with then you're not my people. Plain and simple. And the only thing I gotta say, just stay out my way. Don't come on my platform spewing no venom, no poison, none of that. I won't have that. So, again, family, let me close out of here. I got to get out of here, but I want to say thanks to the chat. Let me see. Let me give some shout outs here. I want to give thanks. I want to give a big thank you to Nakim, KW Don 7. You've been very active. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, Reliable, Erica Howard. Who else? Omega Courtney. Thanks for coming through. Person Kid 21. Thanks for coming through. First name, last name. Thanks for coming through. Even though what you're saying had nothing to do with this program, but appreciate it for you coming through too. So family, we got to wake up because we're in a civil war. People are trading in and disrespecting our people, our ancestors, and we cannot have that. We can't have that. So we have to stay consistent, stay focused, and just be warriors, because that's what we are. That's what we are. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.